Well, Spokane police have arrested a man who barricaded himself inside a Sprague Avenue pawn shop and told dispatchers he had taken hostages at gunpoint. It happened at Double Eagle Pawn at Sprague and Haven, tying up the arterial for hours until 26-year-old Jonathan Johnson walked out the front door and surrendered. That's where KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey joins us live with a look at the standoff. Jeff?
Derek, witnesses say Johnson was inside Double Eagle Pawn, making out like he wanted to buy a shotgun, but suddenly loaded that weapon with several shells and fired at least one round, scattering employees and their customers.
Spokane police raced in from all over the city to make sure the trigger-happy gunman wasn't able to leave the pawn shop with his newly stolen gun and do even more damage. Once officers had the Double Eagle surrounded, Johnson talked with 911 dispatchers and announced that he was holding captives inside the store.
Our initial concerns was that he had not just one but several hostages. He had indicated as such.
Rather than rush the pawn shop and risk the safety of anybody who may be inside, police brought in their hostage negotiators, and fortunately, Johnson didn't mind talking to them.
We can confirm that shots were fired. The information we have is nobody was hit. There's no injuries from any of the shots fired.
Detectives then interviewed Double Eagle employees to learn more about what may have set Johnson off. After talking with the staff, police were fairly confident Johnson was bluffing about hostages, which meant the SWAT team wouldn't have to make a forced entry.
We have the SWAT team on scene, and they're here in case something happens and we need to go in and respond quickly. But at this point, our hostage negotiators are going to take their time and contact him and find out what he wants and peacefully resolve it.
Police refused Johnson's request to speak with the media, and so we still don't know what triggered today's standoff. But officers are relieved they didn't have to shoot it out with a man who had plenty of guns and ammunition at his disposal.
We had a guy with a gun that actually had fired shots inside, and once we got our negotiators, engaging him in conversation, he spoke with him. He came out and was taken into custody without further incident.
Johnson will now face a first-degree robbery charge for the gun that he allegedly stole from pawn shop employees.
Hey, Jeff, we have so many stores that sell both guns and ammunition. It's kind of surprising this type of thing doesn't happen more often.
It really is, and we don't know what Double Eagle's policies are, but in other gun stores I've been in, the staff all carry holstered sidearms, and so it acts as a great deterrent. A would-be robber could come in the door and immediately be at a great disadvantage. It's amazing it doesn't happen more often, though.